Well, as you guys could see, I finally ran into some Zara fragrances. So over the years, it's been heavily requested, and I've never, ever checked out anything from Zara. But for $10, this beat to hell, open and not stolen dual pack of Zara fragrances. I mean, of course I was going to pick it up. I'm very surprised. So, Sport 12.0 and Classic 12.0. Never tried them before. They were $10. They did have a few other things. The lady wrapped one of them for me so they wouldn't bounce around anymore. So here we have it. I finally have two Zara fragrances to check out for you guys because, like I said, it's been heavily requested over the years. Obviously, they have the notes on them. I guess we'll just dive right in, you know? So here we go, Zara Classic 12.0. Makes sense to start with the Classic, right? Bergamot, cardamom, lavender, nutmeg, apple, cedarwood, amber, musk, moss, vanilla, tonka bean, green note. Sounds like kind of a generic aromatic fougere type of fragrance. So it smells like Invictus out the atomizer. How does that note breakdown get you to Invictus? Well, clearly they've been sprayed. They look at atomizers though. That absolutely smells like Invictus. I would not have guessed that with this note breakdown. Yeah, it smells like a slightly greener Invictus. Maybe the cardamom and the green notes and the moss and all that good stuff is adding that green element. But it has the bubblegum aquatic smell to it. Absolutely smells like Invictus. I tell you what, just for this one alone for $10, I mean, that's a hell of a buy. An 80 ml of Invictus is how you can look at it. A less youthful Invictus, because there is, like I said, these green elements don't not necessarily make it a more mature fragrance, but it's not as youthfully sweet and playful as Invictus. But of course I like it because I'm a huge fan of the Invictus line. Yeah, it's got its differences. It's similar, but I'm getting a little bit of green and spice to it, so a little bit more everyday wear. So, but you do have to like Invictus. It does have a strong similarity to it, but it has its differences now that it's calming down and the alcohol is pretty much evaporated at this point. I'm getting more green and spice more and more and more. It's not special, but it's not that damn bad. It's not that bad. I will have put the notes on screen already if you guys probably want to read it off from the start. But I don't outside of like, I get a sweet bubblegum smell, Invictus, but I get the cardamom, the nutmeg, the oak moss, the green notes. I get all of that. The cedarwood, definitely get a nice woody nuance, but a very green, fresh, spicy smell with the Invictus bubblegum aquatic. It's that simplistic. Better than good. Better than good. We're going to give it a 6 out of 10. It's not special. It's done to death, but it has its little bit of a twist. You know what? We're even going to go 6.5 out of 10, actually. We're going to give it a 6.5 out of 10 because it is nice. It's not special, but it is nice. I mean, I paid $10 for these two bottles. I mean, it's hard to complain. Obviously, the money isn't what matters. It's the scent profile, but I mean, for $10, it's hard to not factor that in. Just this one alone would be the best $10 fragrance I've ever bought. Just this by itself. So, not too shabby. 6.5 out of 10, better than good. So, Zara Sport 12.0. Pretty partial to that baby blue tone that it has on the print. I mean, matches, right? By the way, killing the game with this Tampa Bay Rays fit. All right, let's give it a spray. I'm going to spray it. Yeah, somebody sprayed this one too. They got pretty good atomizers. Before I smell it, let me put my hand over here so I can't smell it. Bergamot, lemon, cardamom, mint, lavender, nutmeg, apple, cedarwood, amber, musk, cassis, and elemi. A lot of similar notes, but not quite the same. I have a feeling this is going to smell like a version of Zara Sport because it has elemi, amber, cedar, mint. I could be wrong, but elemi and Sport make me think of Zara Sport. So let's see what we're working with. fresh Eros. Smells like a fresher Eros. Hold on. Mint and lavender, apple, cedarwood, amber, musk. Yeah. That's the basis of Eros. It's a fresher Eros. A much more airy and fresh type of Eros. So I basically got an Invictus and an Eros twist for $10 for 2 full bottles. That's pretty damn hard to complain, right? For somebody starting a collection, I don't think I've ever come across a better situation ever for fragrances. Guys, if you come across this it came from TJ Maxx. Young men, any young men, because I got more and more teenage guys that have been watching as of late. Some of them are channel members, which I appreciate you guys. I want to let you guys know that if you see this, especially for $10, and you're just getting into fragrances, this has got your name written all over it for $10, guys. This is like the ultimate starter pack for young men. Invictus with a twist, Eros with a twist. 2 of the most popular men's fragrance DNAs of the modern era. That's where I see huge value. The same thing, 6.5 out of 10, better than good. They're both better than good. Neither are special. They're twists, very much inspired by Invictus for the Classic and Eros for the Sport, and it is a fresher Eros. But it's clear as day Eros. I am getting a good bit of amber. The amber's coming in early, that warm amber smell. But that mintiness gives a real bright freshness to this one. And this is getting greener and woodier. These are nice. Like I said, they're slightly above average because they are super familiar, very redundant for somebody with a sizable fragrance collection. Like, it's absurd to put on a shelf with this kind of stuff. I'll probably never wear these. Just being real with you guys, I'll probably never wear them. But I am glad to come across this because I absolutely, Heritage Selection, that's the particular collection these come from. Because I honestly think this is the ultimate starter pack for a young man in their teens that doesn't have a lot of money to spend, but wants something popular. It's going to get some compliments. They can wear for everything. They're going to enjoy wearing. Zara's got you covered, especially if you can find it for $10 frickin' for 2 80 ml bottles. I think it's a win. They're both 6.5 out of 10. It's hard to argue for $10. I think it's great. I can't say I'll never wear them, but the likelihood is super, super low. Because, I mean, I'll just wear an Invictus, something even better that smells like Invictus, or I'll wear Eros, one of the versions. I have all the versions of Eros. I can always just do that, too. And I got a bunch of other fragrances that smell kind of like Eros, too. Which, like, prime example, because somebody's going to ask this or Guess 1981 Los Angeles. Guess 1981 Los Angeles is still a better buy for $20 than Zara Sport 12.0, but man, you could do a lot worse than these two. Very, very much. And until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Because I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. How many of you have tried these? What do you think about them? Do you enjoy them? Do you wear them a lot? Are you a big fan of Zara fragrances? Because I've had a lot of people over the years ask me to try some. And I'm not saying I won't try more in the future. I know they're basically glorified clones, and they may have a few that are originals, but they're mostly affordable clones from a relatively affordable designer-ish. I don't know. I've never really looked at their clothes. I know of Zara. Who doesn't really know of Zara? Lower-level designer, I guess we could call it. Who knows? But, yeah, I mean, they're decent. They're going to go on the shelf. I don't know if and when I will wear them, but for a young man, I think this is some great pickups. Check your TJ Maxx's, guys. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on either one, or the double pack especially, and you give them a spray now, who knows? You might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.